Happy Sunday, everybody. It is me, Michael. I know I'm a couple days behind, but had a busy weekend. But I never forget about my loyal fans, which is why I'm here on a Sunday, back with another suggestion. Thank you all so much for all the comments, subscriptions, and all that jazz. Keep it coming down below. Throw those comments in there, what you want me to review. This was a comment left on my first video of Sonic from Nathan Beam, and it was his birthday this week, and so I gave him the honor of picking the next food. And so what we have going on here is a menu selected by Nathan, and if you have a birthday and or leave a comment, this might be in your future. So I know so far we've done some good videos, but today we are doing Sonic. I know everyone's been texting me, calling me, asking me about what we have going on. A little bit of change to the setup here. My internet went out, and the only place that they could do it is on top of my fridge. So this is a brand new addition before the new set coming in a few weeks that we're building just for the fans. Okay, I've already taken everything out of here, but Sonic, the menu selected by Mr. Nathan for his birthday was a cherry limeade. Sometimes drinks aren't a big deal in these videos, but with Sonic, if you've never been, always a big deal. Okay, and then some tater tots and popcorn chicken. So, I went ahead, just because I'm a fast food guy, I got a burger as well, just to make sure I'm doing the review justice. So, as we know, we have a few different things here. We've got, satisfaction, presentation, value, taste, whatever. I'll say vibes are high. Sonic, I miss the commercials with the two guys sitting in the car. I kind of feel like that was when Sonic, from just a vibes perspective or a presentation, was at his peak, and they had a car hop, and they would go out on the roller skates. I think it's kind of lost a little bit of its luster. Like when you go, it's just, they only have a few of those places, and then it's like very drive-through based. And I felt like that was one of the cool parts about Sonic back in the old days when I was a kid. It was almost, they were like, oh, they're doing something different. That's cool. I will say, just from a value perspective, usually when I go to Sonic, I usually get some like dollar items or like dollar corn dog day, and the drinks aren't that expensive. So I think depending on what you can get, it's good value. I would say all of what I got, as I basically got a combo meal and then added popcorn chicken, it's a fine value. It's a little bit of expensive. I think I talked about this in my first video, where I think when you get north of $10 on like a combo meal, I think that's just a little bit much for fast food. And this was a little bit north of that. And again, I added popcorn chicken separately, but all that to say, let's just dig right in. So first, by request, we have some tater tots. And again, I keep getting texts, I keep getting calls. Everyone says, you gotta eat it all, eat it all, eat it all, Michael. We know how things work. We gotta have some rules and standards. No one wants to watch me eat it all. As we know, couple bites, couple tots. Let's throw it in. Cherry limeade. Okay. Couple quick thoughts. They're tater tots, hard to mess up. I talked about this in my last video. Potatoes being a very good, generous food, really hard to mess up. But these are done really well. They're very crispy, but they're not burnt. They've got a very good crunch to it. They're very cross-section, very tasty, really like it. They're not overly salty. That's one of the weird things. Not weird things, but something that I feel like I notice is when fries or something are overly salty, I don't necessarily like it, but this is a good balance. I think they did a good job. I give it like a 6. It's good. I keep eating it. And since a drink is part of the review, I'll review that. My go-to order is actually a cherry Coke slush at Sonic, but or it was when I was really little and growing up and until recently. But dude, these cherry limeades, man, they're really, really good. I mean, they've got I don't really know how to describe it, you know? That's why it's called food and not drink, but I'll do my best of just, it's got a very refreshing taste. I think that I'm somebody who has a really big sweet tooth, and a lot of people sometimes say that something I might consider just really tasty, sweet, good, people might say, oh, it's overly sweet. And I think for the average person, this would be very, very refreshing and not overly sweet. I think it does a really good job of kind of that sweet and sour, and I think it's really, really, really tasty. I also apparently say limeade weird and say cherry limeade instead of limeade. I don't know. I say cherry limeade. What can I say? Okay, now popcorn chicken. I actually have some notes about presentation here. I don't mind their logo, but these used to come in like a box, and it was called like the Punch Out Chicken, and it had this like chicken with like boxing gloves on it, and you could push that down and put the sauce in the top of the canister and then eat the popcorn chicken and like dip it. So major downgrade in terms of just like container here. Kind of lame, but they have changed their popcorn chicken. It's not even called that anymore. It's called premium chicken. And they changed their recipe a while ago, and it just hasn't been the same. I also asked for ranch, and they gave me barbecue sauce. It's fine. So I'll try it once without the sauce, but I feel like with some of these bites, you got to do the sauce they give you. I think those are fine. I think they're very fine. I think chicken nuggets, it's hard kind of breaking into the chicken nugget, chicken bite space, because there's so many places that do it well, like a Wendy's or even a McDonald's. Like there's so many places that do these like boneless chicken or chicken bites or chicken wing, whatever. They do them really well. So when you have one that's underwhelming, honestly, I think this is one of the lower ratings I've given something. I probably give it like a 5, a 4.5, a 5. It's just a lot of breading. It's not a lot of meat. Like if I take this one and open it up, it's just like, it's exactly what you would expect. It's not going to blow your socks off, but I love sauce. People always call me the king of sauce because I like putting sauce on stuff, but I like when the sauce isn't needed to make the dish good. It's just I'm putting it on because I like sauce. Like this is one of those things, and kind of some of my thoughts on Cane's, hot take coming. I just like, if you just were eating this, just the cherry limeade and the chicken, it would just kind of be, it would just be a little like, oh, okay. So anyways, now super excited for the burger. I really like Sonic burgers. I really like when a burger has a very distinct taste. It's kind of like Sonic or Wendy's. Like when you have a Wendy's burger, you're like, okay, there's a certain like pop of freshness, and you can really taste the pickles in a Wendy's burger. Really interesting fact. But Sonic has this certain type of char on the burger itself that it's very familiar, and I can't really do a great job of describing it, but just other than that, I would say. So as much as my fans have been saying, eat it all, I'm not gonna eat it all. 1 or 2 bites. Let's do it. I think Sonic burgers are so underrated. One thing I really like about Sonic burgers is there's just this pop of freshness. And like with Wendy's, it's a little bit more pickle centric of the pop. Like you're kind of like, oh, pickles. With this one, and I would need to re-review that, so don't take that as truth, but I feel like lettuce is sometimes, like when you just throw lettuce on the burger, you don't always taste it, if that makes sense. Like it's just kind of there. But with this, I taste the mayo, I taste the lettuce, I taste the pickle. Like it's almost like you can taste the freshness of each ingredient, but it's cohesive still. Like sometimes with In-N-Out burgers, it feels like you can taste each vegetable separately as you eat it, and there's not that taste flow. Like it's not, you're not like surfing the taste. You're just like, okay, I'm taking a bite and I can feel as my tooth and like I can feel tasting like the lettuce to the tomato to the pickle. And I'll get to In-N-Out at one point. It's got its strengths, but this, it's like, okay, I'm getting like that kind of charry burger with that pop of freshness. I really like it. Sometimes I like to throw jalapenos on it, and I like Sonic burgers especially because the way they actually come from a sauce perspective is ketchup and mayonnaise, which is my preferred fast food burger. So I will say, I think from a taste perspective, this burger probably gets like an 8 for me. I really like it. It's not like knocking me out of the park, but like 8.5. I really, really like it. I think it's really refreshing, and I think it's got a unique taste, and I honestly, I think that knocks it up a couple points for me, is I really like when you can taste something and be like, yeah, I can't get this burger anywhere else. And when it's combined with a burger that actually tastes good, like you don't want to have a burger that tastes bad and you're like, well, I can't get this anywhere else. And that's probably a good thing because I never want to eat it again. It's like, I really like this. It tastes good. And I kind of like that they have their own unique taste, that it's like, oh, if I'm ever craving this, I know I can go to Sonic. So all in all, I would say Sonic as a whole is unique enough that it provides just like, oh, we should go to Sonic. Like it doesn't, I think the whole drink menu and everything it has going for it there really separates it and makes it different enough that it doesn't just get lumped into the like Wendy's, Whataburger, In-N-Out, McDonald's. Like it's not just a typical burger chain. It's kind of like Brahms, where it's got enough different about it that you're like, oh, maybe we go not really specialty, but a little bit outside the box. So all that to say, I think it's just a little bit too expensive now to warrant giving it a really, really high rating. But I'd probably give the whole experience like a 7.5, just in all, just because I think the drink menu is really, really fun. And most of the time when you're going to Sonic, you're not going for these full meals, all these different things, and trying to get a lot of food. Like you can get away with just, hey, I want a cherry limeade and a $1 corn dog. And they have some of those value options that obviously I didn't go for this time, but I really enjoy just Sonic from a taste perspective. Obviously the popcorn chicken being worse over the years is not as fun. So yeah, 7.5. Thank you for coming. Leave more comments or anything that you guys want to see me review. It's not just food. I'll branch out into some other things if that is desired. I'm a man of the people. What can I say? So I hope you guys have a great Sunday. And yeah, let's say gotta go fast because Sonic video. I don't know.